Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to talk about an endocrinal disorder which is most common these days. So we will be discussing about thyroid disorders. Most importantly, we will be talking about hypothyroidism. So as everybody are aware, these days we are finding many cases of thyroid problems, especially it is found in females. And it is found in young age or any ages it is found. So the main thing about thyroid disorder is it is a hormonal imbalance, and if you check, if you see in earlier days it was very much uncommon, but these days why is it common? Why is it more prevalent in most of the females? If you take females ratio, like out of 10 at least you will find around 6 or 7 having a thyroid imbalance, the production of thyroid hormones. There is imbalance in the production of thyroid hormones. So usually if you look at the slide, this is the normal range, this is a normal readings in thyroid stimulating hormone or T3 or T4 levels. So normally it is told as 0.5 to 4 milli international units per liter. That is a normal range, but even up to 5 or 8 or 10, sometimes it is considered as normal. What are the symptoms when a female is having hypothyroidism? So there will be increase in weight gain, there will be alopecia, that is hair loss, there will be facial hair growth, there will be irregular periods, cold intolerance, mood swings, depression. So usually you come to know when a female is gaining weight without any reason. Maybe the physical activity remains the same, maybe the food habits remains the same, but still why there is increase in weight? Then when we tend to check the thyroid hormones, then it will be found that there will be variation. So why naturopathy and yoga is important, or how naturopathy and yoga plays a important role in case of hormonal imbalance? So as I told you previously, earlier it was not found, these days it is more common. The reason being because of our lifestyle modification. So everybody knows how our grandparents lived, how our parents are having a routine, but how we are having a routine. So from morning to night there is a haphazard difference, there is lot of differences in our lifestyle, from the time we get up, from the time we hit bed, or the kind of food habits what we have. So everything is very much different when compared to our ancestors. So that is why naturopathy and yoga plays a very important role, because naturopathy and yoga is helping our body or helping our health to lead towards nature or lead towards health, leads to betterment of health, avoiding sickness. So if you look at the slide, so when I tell naturopathy and yoga, so it consists of many therapies. It will be diet therapy, it will be hydrotherapy, yoga therapy, acupuncture, so lot of therapies. So if we take one by one, or in general if I want to summarize, what I want to tell is, first and foremost we should reverse or stop our bad lifestyle habits, and that is from the time we get up to time we sleep. Our body has a circadian rhythm or biological clock. We should synchronize with sun. Okay, so what we know is when earlier people used to sleep very early in the night, maybe by 7:30 or 8 p.m. at night they are off to bed, and they get up also very early, maybe at 5 o'clock or 4:30 or 4 o'clock. But now we have difference. We sleep late, we get up late, we have food in different timings, we have different kinds of food. So these are the factors which have contributed for hormonal imbalance. So once we reverse this, if we synchronize our lifestyle or our habits to the sunrise or sunset, 50% of the case is solved. That is, we have to sleep early, we have to follow lunaception, that is called as sleeping in complete darkness. Now you may think why sleeping in complete darkness is important. So when we sleep at complete darkness, it is called as lunaception. that is a specific pigment is produced only in darkness. Melatonin is produced only in darkness, but we keep the lights on, we are awake, we use electronic gadgets, we watch TV, we are glued to phones. So body has a confusion whether to produce the pigment or no. So there is reduction in the pigment, there is difference in the circadian rhythm, there is difference in biological clock. That is why there is lot of hormones imbalanced. So if we follow a basic step, that is sleeping early and getting up early and circadian rhythm setting with the sun. So sunrise, when early morning gazing at the sun, like maybe around 7 to 7:30, if we do sun gazing, that is also very effective, very much important to the health. So basic is having a good dietary habits, following exercise or yoga. So how yoga is different from exercise? Why yoga therapy? Why yoga plays a very important role? We will discuss in the other slides or next coming topic. Then important is lifestyle modification. So first and foremost is diet therapy. When we talk about diet therapy, basic preliminary changes is avoiding refined foods, processed foods, junk food, whichever is causing ill health. Okay, so earlier days people would never survive on junk food or fried items. These days in a day at least 2 times or once we consume fried items or this kind of food, and it is started in early childhood. If you see that even school going children, maybe when they are too young itself they start. That is how children have hormonal imbalance. Periods are much earlier, that is the first periods, which is menarche. Usually it used to happen when a girl is in 9th standard or 10th standard, maybe at the age of 12, 13, but now you see at the age of 8, 9, 10. So these are all the changes what happens in the body. So because of our diet modification. So if you look at the slide, so what is important in thyroid disorders? So these are the ones which are important. You can take blackberry, you can take chilies, you can take apple, bell pepper, avocado. These are few foods which are specific, but what you need to avoid is much more important than what you consume. So to have a proper hormonal balance, you need to have healthy food. If you think about in yoga, if you talk about in yogic terms, then it is called as sattvic diet, food which is fresh, food which is healthy, food which gives positivity to our body, which is cooked fresh and which is had hot, not a cooled one, not a stale one, not stored in the freezer. Okay, not that kinds of foods. So healthy food, and especially if you think about avoiding the foods, it will be goitrogenic foods. If you look at the slide, it is cabbage, soya products, broccoli, refined, processed, all these foods has to be avoided, including sugar, maida, okay, white rice also. So instead of white rice, you can go for boiled rice. So this is main thing what you need to take and what you need to avoid. Having good timings of food, having at regular timings, having healthy food, this is very important, and complete avoiding of refined, processed, fried items, junk food. These kinds of foods has to be avoided. Now this is the food habits what you need to follow.